I retired at age 40. Here's my story. Hey all, I figured I'll finally share my retirement story here now that today is my first day. I'm mostly a career underachiever. I worked in retail banking and human resources and hated it. I was lazy and mad at the world for not handing me success for work I never did. At 30, I had approximately $600 and no signs of potential. I had a community college degree and a bachelor's from an for-profit school that no longer existed. Great. And if my mom didn't pass away a few years prior, I would have finished school to be a teacher, but life happens. I needed to drop out and stick it out in an unfulfilling career. I saw my opportunity. This thought influenced me. Not owning your life and spending all your waking hours doing something you don't like is an awful way to live. Especially when you're broke too. I wanted to marry my passion for fitness with work and decided to open a small CrossFit gym in my garage and train people after work. This was the easiest way to get into the field after considering buying a box truck and training people in their driveway. Thinking of the mantra, if you build it, they will come, I knew I could get my weekend certification, buy a bunch of equipment on a CC, and be cool. But that's not what happened. I did almost no work in building out my processes, culture, systems, etc., and no one cared to be a member. In a year, I had about 20 people total workout in my garage, 3 to 5 regulars, a mere few $100s in monthly revenue. Presented with an opportunity, I could renew my CF affiliation, on credit, or let it drop and pivot. So, I thought about my skills, talking online and knowing about food/decision making, how to do this around my work schedule, 9 to 5, and how I could still help people and make a career. Instead of training, I wanted to remotely manage people's diets, lifestyles. Partly because the industry is an absolute nonsensical shit show of misinformation. But I didn't want to tell people what to eat, when to eat, what to avoid, etc., because as weird as that sounds, specific food choice, meal timing, and restriction are hardly what matters. People still argue with me about this, mainly because they make money saying the opposite or are influenced aka manipulated by another doctor turned book salesman and social media influencer. I wanted to be more of a food detective. Crack the case and use a Socratic problem-solving method, guiding people to the answer through a series of questions. I asked myself what problems people face and what systems I could plug in to address those problems. Things like people eating more than they realize, they don't plan, feeling guilt and shame, they lie about it being lonely, there being no data, there's no fun, there's no community, there's too much conflicting info, not knowing if it will work, crappy coaches/RDs, and more. So, I started talking about my philosophy online, who were mostly people I knew in real life, big hint for anyone thinking all they have to do is post reels for clients. Some thought I was unqualified, a POS, annoying, not fit enough, etc. It hurt my feelings, and I almost didn't go through with it. But I said F it. Imagine these voices preventing me from doing something awesome and helping people, is what I said. Luckily I had a few people trust me. These early folks got results. I would share them, encourage them to share their stories, I would take people shopping, do seminars, work with entire gyms, offices, and neighborhoods, and learn from the evidence-based community to stay up to date. I built a company many would joke was a food cult, and I embraced it. It wasn't just weight loss or performance, though. People now knew their way around food like never before. I knew we had something special. I painted a picture. One that showed lifelong dieting failures, athletes, moms, dads, etc., could all succeed on my program, and it not suck the life out of them. I also gave free information everywhere and built my reputation as a CEO/coach who knew all the inner workings of our clients' struggles, the industry, business, and everything. After 13 months of doing this online, making more per month than my yearly salary, and working FT, I had to leap. Now, around 33, I jumped. Then things got wild. In a matter of a few weeks, I needed to hire more coaches. Soon after, we added RDs to expand our offering to more people, think pregnancy nutrition, and got my best friend to quit his job and be my COO. Within a few years, we'd be on the Incorporated 5,000 list and have a team of almost 100. We had no paid marketing either. We maintained world-class NPS scores while blitzing scaling a service-based business. I can't believe we didn't mess it up. All our growth was from facilitating the image of two things and being relentless with it. 1, you're missing out if you're not here improving and having fun with us, and 2, there's no better place to work in the industry. doing that created what the company would become. Essentially a marketplace that matched people who needed help with those who could help. Being the CEO in it with my team and customers built that brand loyalty that made everyone mention us when someone asked how to lose weight, get healthier, or perform better. Then I would see it, pop in, and thank them even if it was Saturday night. That's how connected I had to be. Or at least that's what I tell myself. I sold in 2020 for 8 figures, sorry I won't say the amount, stayed on for about 18 months, and today is my first day of retirement. I never thought I would be in this position, but a few good moves, luck, and support made it happen. Along the way, I saved because I always thought this could blow up. I never intended to sell, but having a kid, locking in the success, and projecting ahead made me realize it was the best option. I could have fired early on, but selling made life a little less stressful. Being that this is FF, I think you'll understand. I could have cruised along getting paid and stayed on as founder, but I wanted my headspace back. Thinking of this stuff all day is draining. This is a super condensed version of a cool to me story. I'm happy to answer questions, please ask. And if I can attribute this success to anything, it would have been my attention to my customers. I knew who they were, where they were, and what they wanted. I didn't have projections, plans, or any typical business systems. I was good at reacting to feedback and was probably high off the growth, member stories, and job creation. This was my hobby until I fell out of love with it. Now, I'm going to just chill with my fam, dabble in little passion projects, and have good conversations. I still enjoy the fitness industry, I just don't want a job anymore.